Welcome to episode 78 of A Message From. We are your hosts. I'm Edward.
I'm Alyson.
And I'm also baby.
Again.
Well, I'm always baby. Have we talked about baby on the podcast yet?
I don't know if we've talked about baby on the air.
Okay, just a brief aside. While I was in Hawaii, my family and I made a joke where they called me baby because I wanted to do something, or I was being picky, or God knows what, or all of the above. And then I made it a joke where I just referred to myself as baby the whole time, aka like baby doesn't want to eat at this restaurant, like baby wants to do this, baby doesn't want to do that, baby needs this, baby's tired. Okay, that's that. Well, baby had a first event. That's not exactly how I want to put it. It was like baby's first blah blah blah. Do you want to guess what baby's first blah 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 was this past weekend? Baby went somewhere for the first time.
Wait, somewhere you've never been. Baby's first football game.
No, but that would be a good guess. But I still haven't been to a fucking NFL game ever, even though we have season tickets. No. I'll give you one more guess. One more fun little guess.
Am I on the right track?
In terms of location in the city of Pittsburgh, you're on the right track, but you're not going to know that.
Heinz Field is. Baby's first.
It's not Heinz Field anymore.
What is it?
Oh, I thought you knew about this because it's some Michigan brand or company renamed the stadium. They must have paid a shit.
Wait, Kellogg?
No, Acrisure.
Acrisure?
Yeah, it's a horrible name. Like Acrisure Stadium. It's so.
How did they jack that from Heinz?
No.
Is Heinz like going downhill?
No, I don't think so. I think that Acrisure, though, must have paid, like, hella money. Yeah.
Okay.
So, actually, right when I arrived at Pittsburgh, they changed it. Sorry.
Baby's first. Gosh, I don't even know.
It's kind of vague. I wish I could give you a hint.
I can't. I got nothing. My brain was fried.
It was baby's first time at a casino.
Baby's never been to a casino?
Well, baby has, like, been to a casino, but this was baby's, like, first real time at an American casino.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, in Europe, I'm not, like, at the casino. You know, I've never, like, bet at a casino before. Have I, like, been in one of them? Like, yeah. But this was, like, my first bona fide, real-ass casino baby time. Baby's real time.
Did baby win money?
Baby did win some money, but then baby lost it. Baby's also, like, very confused about, at first. First of all, there's a lot going on there. It's, like, very sad, but also very fun. But also, baby forgot that you can smoke in a lot of Pittsburgh places.
It's the worst.
Yeah. It was a lot going on. But the machines are, like, very confusing. I was like, I understood why some people just, like, sat in front of one for an exorbitant amount of time, because, like, it takes a lot of time to learn how another one works.
Yeah, once you learn one and you have your favorite one, you just don't use anything else.
Yeah. So it was like a learning curve. It was like hard to enjoy until like right at the end when I was like, I think I understand this now. But it's like, who wants to hit the like instruction button on the fucking slot machine and read the thing? Like,
they have an instruction button?
Oh yeah, all of them have instruction buttons.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's small and like kind of off to the. It's like, you know, but when you go through it, it's like 17 different. You got to click it 17 times to get through the little menu. Yeah, it's a lot.
I love this for you. Okay, so here's the thing. I've been to several casinos.
Gambling problem.
Well, no, because I'm very much like, okay, this is my $20 and I'm not wasting any more money. So if I lose, then I'm done.
Yeah.
But also, if I win, even I think once I won like $15, I was hype. Can I tell you? I was so excited. I was like,
when you win,
winner, cash out. And I was done. If they did not allow smoking in casinos, I think I would like them much more.
In general?
Yeah, in general, casinos, smoking allowed. Disgusting.
Oh.
I think.
I don't know. I know that like in university, like you could still smoke in Pittsburgh bars. Like, which is like unheard of, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I think back to like smoking in public places, like public enclosed spaces,
we were
I think
kids
of, like,
when that stopped.
Right. Restaurants, like non-smoking or smoking, like that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
But that was always something that people would come and visit, and we'd go to bars and there'd be like certain bars you could still smoke in, and they'd be like what year is this? And I'm like, 2014.
Isn't that wild, though, to think, like, when we were kids, there were still, like, smoking and non-smoking sections in restaurants?
People still smoked when they were, like, pregnant until, like, more recently.
Yeah.
Which explains so much about so many people I know.
True.
But it's like,
At
wild.
least one of the casinos in Detroit, Greektown, they allow smoking there.
Interesting.
And yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I like casinos, but yeah, I also am not, like, I'm not going to waste my money. One time, my boss gave me $50 and he was like, I think he said black. He was like, put this on black at the sale.
Oh, you did that kind of gambling?
Well, if it was my own money, I would only be at, like, a slot machine.
Yeah.
But because it was my boss's money and he told me what to do, I went up, I was like, boop, here you go. And then I lost, and I was like, text like, sorry, you lost, bye.
I was too afraid to, like, walk up to any of the tables because I was intrigued. I do like card games. I'm not good at poker or any form of it by that means. Like, probably not very good at blackjack, but things like that. I was, like, intrigued, but it was very intimidating. Everyone was, like, at the tables, like, with their drinks and their cigarettes and their, like, millions of chips and shit. And I was like, I'm just going to bypass this section. I will say, as my last little thing I noticed, was I was surprised that you don't win more at the slots because it wasn't very fun until I was winning, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I was on, like, some quarter slots, but I, like, the one I won the most on was, like, a penny slot machine. I, like, quadrupled my money, and then I lost it all. It was, like, from $2 to $10. So, like, we're not talking a lot of money here.
Wild ride.
I know, but it was like, it was, like, doing pretty well, and then I was starting to lose it all, right? I was surprised that I wasn't winning more and losing that. It was just like you won maybe every so often, but you mostly just lost. Mm-hmm. And I was confused as to what. Right. But I thought that there would be more winning, not in huge amounts, like small wins that you would then lose to keep people more engaged. Because I was like, this isn't very fun.
Like, I think that's how they get you in, though, but they still come out on top because, like, you're chasing, and then you finally get that win, and it's so exciting because it's finally happened, but then you just lose again.
But you have to spend so much money, it felt like, to even get a small win. And I was like, well, this isn't worth it. If I'm putting in $100, and I'm like, well, no. For example, if I'm putting in, like, $20, and I'm only winning, like, once out of all the times I've, like, used it up, like, that wasn't very fun. Why can't I win 3 times and then lose it all? That would be more fun for me.
I don't know.
I don't run a casino. But Baby is down to go another time.
Because then Baby would cash out, and then the casino would
saying
lose.
Small wins. Like, just small little wins. There wasn't very small wins. Not even, like, a free spin. I'm like, just give me a free spin and then don't give me any money after that. Free spin. I would have been there for days. But I wasn't. I was there for, like, an hour or so.
Yeah.
And got lots of secondhand smoke going on. So, anyway... That was Baby's first time at a casino.
Have fun.
With Baby's, not even Baby's money. Baby used parents' money.
Yeah.
So that was even more fun.
I think my mom won money at the casino this week.
Oh, my dad walked in, put $100 into a machine, doubled his money, and cashed it out, like, instantaneously.
I think my parents always
like,
win.
What the fuck?
I'm like, how does this happen?
I noticed it's when you put in, like, large amounts of money, you, like, win, I think... I don't know. This was Baby's first experience, so, like, I'm just making some random conjectures here. But it seemed like if you put a lot of money in, the machine is a little bit happier to you. Put that way.
It probably is nicer to you if you put more money in.
Yeah. Felt like that.
Yeah, gosh. Nothing too exciting happened to me this week. I started watching a K-drama, Vagabond. Oh my gosh. It's like, it's hurting my brain, but it's so good.
Why is it hurting your brain?
It's so difficult to tell who's good and bad. And then as soon as you think you have it figured out, you're like, oh, no, surprise, that person's good. They just
sounded like a
seemed
drama.
evil. But then you think someone who you think is good, then they're actually evil. And it just, every episode, it's like a new surprise. And here I am thinking like, okay, I've got to be closing in on the end. I'm not even halfway through yet.
How many episodes have you seen?
16 episodes. I've seen 7. So I'm almost at the halfway point. They're only one season. Like 99.9% of K-dramas are only one season, like one and done. So that's nice. You're not like long-term commitment. But then if it's like 16-hour-long episodes and you've already gone through like a mental Olympics in episodes 1 through 7.
That's true. That means, and it always gets crazier as it gets towards the end because, so much story has already happened, so much to build off of. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good / bad, I guess. Kind of like the characters.
Yeah. Good, bad, all the above, everything in between.
Speaking of good and bad, do you want to talk about Alone?
We have to talk about Alone. We have to do our weekly update.
Well, I don't know what episode this is. Episode
8.
7? 8? 8? Okay. I don't remember her name. Rose? She left.
She
was
got
taken out.
medically disqualified.
Yeah. Wild. Is that your thing for the week from Alone? That's my thing.
Well, my thing was like, it was really funny to me how everyone else is like having all these encounters with the grizzly bears. It's like every other day they're having a new encounter with the grizzly bears. Clay is like trying to freaking pet a grizzly bear. He was all hype. He was like 2 feet away from one and he was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have gone hunting this grizzly bear. I'm like, yeah, duh. Yeah. But the biggest guy on the show, Biko, is just plagued with a little mouse that's like ruining his life. The little mouse keeps like eating his food or his clothes and stuff. And like,
I forgot about the little mice because that had happened earlier in the season.
Everyone is like fighting for their lives against these grizzly bears, and Biko just has like a mouse ruining his life.
It sounds like, yeah. I was sad for his ankle brace. I was like, what's going to happen? Because he fell so many times.
Like, Biko, you freaking made a beautiful house. You carved.
He did not.
Biko, you made a house.
Here you go.
You carved a nose ring on your first day. You've made like all these incredible things, and you're telling me you can't repair your ankle brace.
Part of me was like,
get it together, Biko.
I know. I was like, just wrap it with like wire, like your fishing wire or something.
I'm like, you got nothing out there at all. You can't find like a vine or anything to relace your ankle brace.
Repurpose that shiv he made.
Yeah, he literally found a nail and iron worked it into a prison shank, and he can't fix a lace on his ankle brace.
Maybe he should have repurposed that nail into a permanent ankle brace.
Perhaps.
Potentially. But yes, Rose leaving. I didn't realize they got medical checkups. That was like kind of interesting to me.
It was a surprise because we haven't seen one before now, and I feel like they purposely didn't show us any because this happened.
Well, my friend had sort of alluded to like them having interactions with the production team / like medical team, like those types of people. And I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. And I'm thinking it like everyone who watches and has seen previous seasons like knows because it's like happened before. They alluded to like that girl who like does the little like interviews when someone like leaves, Nikki or whatever her name is.
I think she
seasons.
must have been like medically DQ'd before.
She said that like I know how you feel from personal experience. And
I don't like her.
Oh, I don't hate. I just don't think she's a good interviewer.
No, she's not a good interviewer.
I don't think anybody who does Alone is probably a good interviewer. So that's
okay. Valid.
Fine. Their skill sets are not exactly.
They have a very different set of skills than the average person.
Yeah, she's doing a fine job.
Lovely.
Her eyes are very beautiful because they do lots of like really close-up shots during those weird little interviews. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
excited to see what happens. We're close.
Oh, we're getting close. I wonder who's gonna win. I bet it's Clay.
Oh, there are 4 people left. Who's left? Teresa,
Clay, Coulter, and Biko.
Coulter and Biko. Who do you think? Coulter,
who was literally the only appearance he had in this episode was him talking about how he pooped in his house.
I don't remember that.
He was like, have you ever pooped in your living room? I just did. It was lovely.
I just laughed way too hard into the mic.
Coulter! Oh my God.
I'm like starting to remember that. I don't think he's going to win. I feel like something's going to go wrong with him. It's got to be Clay. Although I would very much like it to be Teresa or Biko, but I think it's going to be Clay.
Biko is slowly losing it. He's lost 60 of the 100 pounds that they said he can safely lose before he's like in dire straits. Yeah. Plus he's like crying over his ankle brace. He can't walk. Teresa's losing it. She lit herself on fire after she froze herself in the lake. She squat over her fire, burnt herself. She's not going to make it. Clay is good. He's seeking out grizzly bears, hunting them down. Okay, that's
not a pro. That's a con.
And he's got a whole freaking smokehouse full of meat. He's good.
I do think Clay is probably going to win.
He's going to win.
I don't want him to win personally, but I think he's probably going to win. So that's my view currently. We'll see what happens in the next episode when I watch it probably tonight. And then forget all about it by the next time we record.
Forget. Yeah, we'll see what happened next time. We will also see what happens after we take this little break and come back with a message.
Oh, yes.
Hello, everyone. Alyson here. Just wanted to say that we want to hear from you. So send us a message at 202-630-4509 or email us at amessagefrompod@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to rate and review and check out amfpod.com for bonus content. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. I just cracked my back and my neck.
I couldn't hear it.
Oh, really?
Really? I thought I was going to.
My little levels went boop, 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 up and down. I thought you heard it. You were just sitting there staring at me. Anyway, not important. Very, very unimportant. Hope you enjoyed the break. I clearly did. We have a message today from Alyson's father, Tony. The message, don't know what happened in the middle of recording it. Something happened. So just bear with it. It's not your headphones. It's the recording. We will discuss it after. But here is a message from Tony Bove.
Hello, Alyson and Ed. This is Tony Bove, Alyson's dad, again. And thought I would give you guys a call after the episode that you did on shipwrecks. Made me think of another topic that would be cathedrals with all the traveling that you two have done. I'm sure you have seen many of them, and what your religion is firm or not, you must enjoy the sheer greatness of many cathedrals. I will give you my two to start with. I think from sheer size would be the cathedral in Monaco. And on a scale of being simplistic but very grand would be Église Saint-Pierre-Paul in Kensimmer. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Bye.
Yeah, so...
I'm going to default to you. Can you translate that for us?
Yes, we can translate. I got the rundown, obviously, because it's my father. So I got the rundown on the message. Essentially, after our shipwrecks message from legendary Africa podcast host, my dad was thinking about, like, okay, so what are some of the greatest, like, cathedrals that we've been to? And he, like, just are gorgeous, right? Like, whether you're religious or not, cathedrals, beautiful. And we still go visit them and see them.
But
not all of them, but like many of them are, right? Yeah. So he mentioned his two like most remarkable ones, right? So the first one is the cathedral in Monaco, St. Nicholas Cathedral, whatever, just for like the sheer size of it. And then, because if you think about it, it's like, you know, it's like up in the old town of Monaco is like up on the hill. And it's looking at this great view. It's very like Sacré-Cœur vibes because it's got all those stairs leading up to it. You're looking very confused at me right now.
When I was thinking about this church, because I have been to it, I was like, I don't remember being very impressed with it. But also, like, I'm not very impressed with Monaco in general, but that's a different story. But I don't remember it being, like, very, very big. But I have, like, very, very vague memories of it in general. It's near, like, the Oceanographic Museum.
The Oceanographic Museum, yes.
I do remember there being a lot of stairs now that you say that. But
I feel like
inside, I remember being very small.
Yes. It's not my favorite, but, like, I feel like it does strike an impressive, like,
based on
image.
Its surroundings.
when you look at it from the outside and when you see like the views from it and stuff on the outside. Yeah. And then his second, like the best simplistic for him was Église Saint-Pierre Saint-Paul in Cagnes-sur-Mer, also in the old town. I can't wait for us to just say
all of these church names on these lists that we have. Like, I wrote down the ones that all in native, not like they're native.
I saw your list and I was like, is he literally just listing every single church in the entire world? What's happening?
Sorry, continue with the one for your father, then I have a question for you.
So, in the old town of Cagnes-sur-Mer, there's this obviously super old church. It's like no electricity. There's no lights in there. There's just like, and when you enter into it, you go down these stairs and it's like set down underground. And the doorway is like, you have to duck to get into it.
Oh, God.
And so it's like very simplistic, like primitive, old school, but it's really cool too.
Okay. Interesting. I've never been to Cagnes-sur-Mer, Old Town. I've only been to that mall. So, which is, I guess you call Newtown.
We love.
Yes. Sorry. So those are your father's two that he said in the message.
Yes.
I had a question for you before we started getting into our own. If you had to take like a stab at it, just like a ballpark number, how many churches do you think you've been to in your life?
Oh gosh, ballpark number.
And I'm not talking exactly like when you were a kid, you went to like, your aunt's church, your uncle's church, like not necessarily that. Like
not those, because I could tell you I've probably been to like hundreds. If you count like every church I've been to in my entire life, like hundreds. But if we're talking like for touristic,
do you think you've really been to hundreds of churches though?
The number of funerals I have been to is off the charts.
Okay, yeah.
So
no, we're not talking about that.
Like for touristy purposes.
Yeah, tourism purposes. Let's do that.
More than 20.
Yeah, I would argue that mine is closer to 50.
I would say
and
between...
I'm talking like big to a hut, like essentially. Like,
yeah.
Basilica to like, I don't know, what is the smallest form of a church?
I don't think I would be...
If I had to really think about it, I think
30. I think I'd be between...
That's still a lot though.
20 and 30, but yeah, that's still a lot.
Yeah. I was like thinking about it and I was like, these big ones I've been to, I was like, 30-ish, right? But I'm thinking about it now and I'm like, it could very well be closer to 50.
Well, because I literally just now remembered another one. Do you remember when we went to Castellan and we hiked up that huge hill and there was the only thing at the top is that church?
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure we went into a church or two in Cinque Terre, right? Mm-hmm. Boom. That's like at least two there. The one I got shat on by that bird in front of. Yeah. So there's at least another two on the list.
I'll never forget.
Yeah. Most of my church stories are just like, in the list, there's like little parentheticals that are just like things I need to remember to say if I talk about the church. So I don't know how you want to do this, to be honest. I kind of classified mine. I couldn't. I really couldn't. I was just like, I've seen too many.
Yeah.
Every time I thought of one and thought of why I was like going to bring it up, I was like, I thought of two more. So.
Okay, so let's just bounce back and forth. You share
let's just go through some. Want me to go I think maybe one of my favorites I've been to is the Basilica in Gdańsk in Poland. Do you want me to try to say the real name? Will that be funny? Will this be a funny bit? Okay, it is in Polish. Oh my God. Basilica Cathedralna w Niebowzięcia Najświętszej Marii Pani. AKA, there's a smaller version of it in Polish, the Basilica Mariacka.
Marii Pani.
That one's really funny to me. Marii Pani.
That's what we're called.
It is just the Basilica of St. Mary of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary. So,
just that. That's a long name in English.
Yeah. Well, most of these churches have long-ass names in English, too. Catholic ones, at least. Why I liked it, it's like, I don't know, a lot of churches in Poland were like just completely empty on the inside with just like white paint. Very random. Don't know exactly why. I'm sure it has to do with like history, right? Brick on the outside, which is also something I'm not really used to because I live in Spain. That's like,
they're mostly stone.
Right. Exactly. Anyway, completely went on the inside, got some adornments in it, but there's like a walk up to the very, very tippy top of the towers. And it just has really, really beautiful views. But the walk up is like scary. Like you're going up like, you know, the really, really thinty stairs. And then you're walking across the top of the like nave or whatever it is. But like not in like you're just like walking up it. Like you're literally like walking across it on like a one-way wooden plank. Birds everywhere, obviously, and then you walk up this like gated thing, and then it gets really small again. But the views are really, really, really worth it if it's like the right sky setting and stuff. We were there on a very, very pretty day, and I took some very nice pictures. So that's why I really like that one because of its memories.
Nice. Memories.
Yeah, we had to like count in Spanish down the stairs because the mother I was with was she was not loving the tiny, tiny stairwell going down. So for some reason, she decided to scream count in Spanish. Yeah. Memories.
No comment.
Yeah. What's yours? What's your next one?
My favorite, I have two favorites. So I have a favorite interior. Classic me. I have a favorite interior. This one is in Rome. It's the Chiesa di Sant'Ignazio di Loyola. And
where's that one?
It's in the Campo Marzio district. It's like close to the Pantheon. And I had no idea. Like, I didn't know this church existed at all. I don't think I've been to this one. I was just like roaming around Rome. And we walked past it and I was like, oh, let's go in here. The inside is gorgeous. It's like all these Baroque paintings all over the ceilings and the walls. It was so beautiful.
Paintings? Like stucco or whatever it's called, right?
No, they're paintings.
Like in a frame?
No. Sorry. Like murals.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah,
they weren't framed.
Right.
Like the roof, the ceiling is all.
Is that stucco? Or I guess it depends, right?
Well, stucco is like a material.
But it's a type of painting, isn't it? It's like painting into the wall or some shit, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Ignore that.
Anyway,
I should cut that.
I think you can paint with stucco, but anyway.
Okay, there you go.
My favorite exterior is the Duomo in Milan.
Oh, you're doing 2 in 1.
Yeah, I did favorite interior, favorite exterior.
I only did 1. I thought we were going back and forth. That's fine.
Okay, well, you can do 2 next time.
Okay, great.
I like to break the rules. Favorite exterior is the Duomo in Milan, and it's the same thing. You go.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
The inside is like, yeah, it's nice, but like,
damn, it doesn't. I don't know.
Whatever.
I've never been, but I can.
But
imagine.
you go up the super tight, tiny staircase, and it's 2 ways. Like it should be 1 way. You cannot fit 2 people next to each other, but you're like pressed up against the wall, and so you get out and you're walking on the roof.
Right.
You get to walk around on the roof, do the whole thing, go up. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous views. I would argue that the roof is prettier than the inside.
Never seen the inside.
It's fine. It's huge.
I mean, I've also never seen the outside with my own eyes, but I've seen pictures.
It's very big. Yeah, it's very big. But again, it's nothing super impressive if you've been to, a large basilica, church, whatever.
Okay. All right. My turn?
Your turn. You can do 2.
I'll do 2. Okay, I have a shit ton of that just like are in Venice because for some reason I was like go into a lot. There's a lot in Venice. I guess we have to talk about. I'll do 1 and then I'll get into one that I know you'll be able to talk about as well. I went to the flooded one, the one that has the flooded basement. Did you go to that one?
No, I did not.
Chiesa di San Zaccaria in Venice is like a flooded crypt. It's just another church, but then you pay the extra fee to get into the flooded crypt, and voila, it's a flooded crypt. Happened to go with my friend Audrey. I'm pretty sure she was wearing sandals, and like even the part where you'll be able to walk on where it's like not wet was wet. And she was like, and I was like,
did she get like a disease or something? Foot fungus?
I don't think so. I know. If I can double check though. It was cool, but it was very much like this. It took me like 2 minutes, right? Because it's, it's just a crypt, but it's also just like flooded. And so it's like damp and you're like, okay, I want to get the hell out of here. Like I've been in flooded basements before. It's like not exactly fun. But cool to see. So anyway, that was that. There's a shit ton of other ones I've been to in Venice that are like cool or whatever views and shit like that. But we got to talk about what is it? San
Marco.
Yeah, Basilica di San Marco. Have I told this story before on the podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I was there alone in Venice. And so I was like, I'm going to get some things done before my friend Audrey came, because she had been like twice before. And I was like, I'll get some things done that I know she doesn't want to do because she's already like done a lot of this stuff. So bada bing, bada boom. I was like, I'm going to go to the Basilica and then I'll do the Doge Palace. Like, I paid for all these things. So like, bada bing, bada boom, let's get it done. It's a hot day in August, obviously. I am wearing Converse with tall black socks with Primark jeans that were cut into short shorts that I made, right? These ones were particularly short, I will say. And I'm wearing a floral button down that's like halfway buttoned. I was
going to say, how unbuttoned was it?
That wasn't even the issue, okay? The unbuttoning of the shirt was not the issue here. I'm in line.
The short shorts.
It was the short shorts. I was in line and I was like, oh, my shorts are a little short. And this like Basilica is like known for making people like cover up, right? That's like most Italian churches are. Not really the same, I think, in Spain to an extent. So I was like, oh, yikes, it should be fine, right? Spoiler alert, listener, it was not fine. All right, I get up there and they like almost let me in. And then the guy's like, no, you can't like come in with those legs. I was like, okay. So I paid the €1 whatever for the black skirt and I had to wear the black skirt. I walked through that Basilica so goddamn fast. I have no idea what was inside there. I literally just like held the skirt on, zoomed me through. It took me maybe 30 seconds to get through the Basilica. I was so embarrassed and just like saw all the stuff, blah, 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 blah. And like, you know, gave this, I thought I got to keep the skirt. Don't get to keep the skirt. Gave the skirt back.
You don't get to keep the skirt?
No, you don't get to keep it. Well, the cloth, whatever it is. You don't get to keep it. And so I was like, well, I just spent $1 for God to not look at my long ass legs that he gave me. So anyway, that's that. And then I went to the Doge Palace and I went on a date in Venice and I told that story and the guy was like, wow, very impressive. And I was like, thank you, I guess. So
thanks so much. Yeah, I was like surprisingly disappointed by
understandable. It's like very, very hyped. Very hyped.
It wasn't great. I also got in trouble at the entrance, though. All day long, I had been wearing my sweater, right, over a tank top. And it was not even, like, a revealing tank top. It was, like, it wasn't super low cut. It wasn't, like,
the visual
super thin straps or anything. But I had been wearing my sweater all day because I was there in early spring. So it's not like it was roasting hot. But eventually it got warm. So I take the sweater off, not even thinking about it, like, tossed it in my bag. Went to walk in, and he was like... You cannot.
Any shoulders, a no.
Thankfully, I had a scarf on as well, like a light spring scarf. And so I just like wrapped myself in it.
Yeah.
But when I was in Milan, when we went to the Duomo, the two people that I was with their dresses were very short. I was wearing a dress too, but it would like hit just above the knee. So they let me go and then stopped the other two. But the annoying thing there is when you're at the Duomo, they don't have, like, the paper dresses at the entrance. You have to, like, go around and walk, like, half a block down and go into the, like, gift shop / museum, whatever, and buy them there.
And then get in the line again.
And then get back in line, yeah. But you do get to keep them. You get to keep your paper dresses in Milan.
Well, it was a souvenir from the gift shop, so.
True.
No, mine was just a security guard telling me that I was... a heathen. And to be fair, there were men who had shorts just as short as mine. I just happen to have much longer legs than them. So there was more skin being shown. So
when you have long legs, you look like you're being more revealing.
Yeah. Let me tell you, photos I took during that trip, though, in those shorts, I look great. So.
It was worth it.
Suck it, God. I don't know where to go from here. I feel like we don't have much time left. We definitely don't have much time left.
So pick an honorable mention and we'll wrap it up there.
I honestly don't have any honorable mentions.
No honorable mentions.
No, I mean, like, I like seeing churches, but I've seen so many of them that it's like, okay, you know? Like, I've been to the Sagrada Familia. I've done the tower tour. Like, I paid the extra to go up the towers. It's, yeah, okay, all right. I've been to the Notre Dame. Okay.
Agreed. Notre Dame.
Okay. Yeah. Wish I would have done the walk on the roof before it burned down, but
Same.
Been to La Chapelle or whatever it's called. Like, okay.
It's not Chapelle. So that's one I've not been to, and I really want to go.
Yeah, it's got great stained glass.
Yeah, that's what I want to see is the stained glass. So I'm going to go in October. But, yeah.
I don't know. You could list another church. I'm sure I've been to it. Like,
well, yeah, we went together. The Cathedral in Segovia. We were there last summer.
That's a nice one.
That one, I will say, beautiful from the outside, but also like the views behind, like the landscape behind it, gorgeous. If you're like looking at it from the right angle. And I also was shocked at their like secret underground art gallery.
Oh, that was new. Yeah. I remember
that was
going
wild.
Into that. Yeah.
I was like, you've been hiding away these paintings from like 1100.
Oh, mama, the Vatican is hiding so many things.
I
can't believe you've never been to the Basilica di San Pietro. St. Peter's Basilica. You've never been to St. Peter's Basilica?
I've been.
I thought you said on here you haven't been. Oh, you put it on must see. Must see. Sorry.
Must see.
I thought you meant like I must see.
I'm like,
I get confused every time I read it.
No. I've been. Obviously, gorgeous, lovely. Vatican has been stashing away those riches. But
so many things we just don't know that they have. So many things. I guess if I had to give a special shout out, it would be to, and this is very funny actually, the cathedral in Madrid, La Almudena, which is right across from the Royal Palace. Mm-hmm. Right? Beautiful on the outside. I like finally went in like 2 or 3 years ago. Had no idea that the cathedral was like finished in like the 2000s. And it's like it's so weird. It's very modern on the inside. It was like I could have been in a church like here in the suburbs of Pittsburgh. Like that type of modern on the inside.
That's
and I was
weird.
just like, what's going on here? I don't like this. And there happened to be like on the outside of the, I don't know I forget all the church terms. I've been through so many tours. You think one would stick. The thing where the fucking altar is and that thing on the outside of it that you walk around.
the circle thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, right? The outside circle of where the altar is. And the tabernacle and stuff. There was like a panorama history thing of the Almudena, and that's where I learned that like it had been started at some year, and then like obviously as most things go, there was like a lack of resources, so they didn't finish it, and then they like recently finished it in 2000 something, which is why it looks so modern, because I was like, oh, old palace, old cathedral, you would think. But
you would think.
No.
I forgot to go in there when I was there. When I did the palace tour, I was like, oh, I'll go in cathedral after I do the palace tour. I came out. I don't know what happened to my brain, but my brain was just like, boop, turn left, go. I didn't go inside.
Fair.
And then I was like, I had already walked away and like made it halfway to my next destination. And I was like, oh, I'm not going back now.
No. I will say I hate having to pay for cathedrals in Spain. I hate that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Go see a church when you're in Europe. They're beautiful most of the time.
Yeah, honestly, no, most of the time they are beautiful. You just sounded so lifeless when you said that.
I'm very jaded. I'm very jaded by the European church.
Yeah.
The churches in Europe. Just because I've seen so many. I'm going to count it out. I feel like I should count it out.
We'll count it out and we'll come up
later.
with a total. We'll do that later. If you want to tell us about your favorite church, cathedral, basilica, whatever, or if you want to tell us about anything else, give us a call at 202-630-4509, or you can send us a message at messagefrompod@gmail.com, a message from on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram. Come find us. Rate and review, check us out on Apple, Spotify, all that jazz, and we will see you next time.
Until then.
Ciao.
Ciao. Or I don't know how to say goodbye in Latin.
Oh, how do you say goodbye in Latin?
Hey Siri. How do you say goodbye in Latin?
I can't translate into Latin yet.
Useless piece of shit.
Come on.
Hold on, I'll look it up. Goodbye is vale.
Vale?
Like vale. V-A-L-E.
Vale.
Vale. And on that note, vale.
Bye.